Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Here is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose transcendental form is experienced by the great devotees who are completely cleansed of material consciousness by dint of rigid devotional service and full control of life and the senses. And that is the only way to purify existence. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As it is stated in Bhagavad-gita, the Lord can be known in His real nature by dint of pure devotional service only. So it is stated here that only the great devotees of the Lord, who are able to clear the mind of all material dusts by rigid devotional service, can experience the Lord as He is. Jitendriya means one who has full control over the senses. The senses are active parts of the body, and their activities cannot be stopped. The artificial means of the yogic processes to make the senses inactive has proved to be abject failure. Even in the case of great yogis like Visvamitra Muni, Visvamitra Muni controlled the senses by yogic trance. But when he happened to meet Menaka, a heavenly society woman, he became a victim of sex, and the artificial way of controlling the senses failed. But in the case of a pure devotee, the senses are not at all artificially stopped from doing anything, but they are given different good engagements. When the senses are engaged in more attractive activities, there is no chance of their being attracted by any inferior engagements. In the Bhagavad-gita it is said that the senses can be controlled only by better engagements. Devotional service necessitates purifying the senses or engaging them in the activities of the devotional service. Devotional service is not inaction. Anything done in the service of the Lord becomes at once purified of its material nature. The material conception is due to ignorance only. There is nothing beyond Vasudeva. The Vasudeva conception gradually develops in the heart of the learned, learned after the prolonged acceleration of the respective organs. But the process ends in the knowledge of accepting Vasudeva as all in all. In the case of devotional service, this very same method is accepted from the very beginning, and by the grace of the Lord, all factual knowledge becomes revealed in the heart of a devotee due to dictation by the Lord from within. Therefore, controlling the senses by devotional service is the only and the easiest means. Thus ends the purport by Srila Prabhupada. So here in this chapter name is Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwaraka. So Krishna was in Hastinapur. And Srila Sukadeva Goswami was very nicely describing how when Krishna leaves Hastinapur, everybody comes and meet him, they feel very much separation. Sometimes we see Sukadeva Goswami very intelligently, while he describes very sweet, nice, sweet pastimes, all of a sudden he put a very heavy philosophy there. And then he goes on describing philosophy. Then when he sees the audience feeling sleepy, then again he puts some nice sweet pastimes. That is there when Lord Sukadeva Goswami was describing about the makhan or stealing butter pastimes. So our Acharya's writing. After that, he picked up some philosophical presentation. So it is not like in our case it happens, we fall sleepy. That time also, when Sukadeva Goswami was describing, he could see that Parikshit Maharaj is not enjoying so much this. He's giving very deep philosophical explanation. But he could imagine that Parikshit Maharaj is not enjoying so much. Then he started giving some nice sweet pastimes. The whole Bhagavatam is blended very nicely. With sweet pastimes, then so heavy philosophy. So this is very heavy philosophical subject matter been described. The Hastinapur, when Krishna leaving Hastinapur, so they are glorifying. They said, the Hastinapur Vasis said, here he is the original personality of Godhead, as we definitely remember him. So, while Krishna exhibiting his sweet pastimes with his devotees that have been described by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, simultaneously the supremacy and the interesting identity of Lord Krishna has been also revealed. And in this verse it has been stated, here is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the same means? When you use this word, he is the same person. So he is the same person means he is existing somewhere. That's why it has been stated here the same personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because it is a great challenge, great debate, subject of great debate among the spiritualists, among the proponents of different philosophy and the preachers of religions, different religions, about Bhagavan or God or absolute truth. So absolute truth has been regarded as he has no form. So nobody can see him as he has no form, so people cannot see him. So that is one concept. So even if Muslims, they say that Allah has no form. And also Christians, I think they have same concepts. God has no form. Among Hindus, though we worship, God has form. But most of Hindu, their final understanding is God has no form. Nirakar is more permanent than Sakar. Even if among Hindus also, because Shankaracharya is mostly accepted as a authorized personality. So this concept of God has no form is very prominent among the Hindu also. Though they worship the form of God, form of different demigods, but the concept is finally God has no form. So only difference the Muslims and Hindus are, the Muslims they say that Allah has no form, that's it. But Hindus have a little different concept. Yes, God has no form, but He has accepted a form. He has accepted a form. And they present us the verse spoken by Lord Krishna. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujami aham. Srujami means creating. So their point is God saying that I have no form, but I create this form. So their concept is from Nirakar, these Sakar forms come to existence. How? That is called Mayavada. Mayavada means Nirakar Brahma comes in contact with mode of goodness. when Nirakara Brahma Vivarta, this transformation takes place. Nirakara Brahma comes in contact with the mode of goodness, then Narayana forms manifests. Krishna, Rama, they are all great, they are Bhagavan. But when Nirakar Brahma comes in contact with the mode of goodness, then Bhagavan comes to existence. Then Nirakar Brahma comes in contact with the mode of passion, then living entities come to existence. Nirakar Brahma comes in contact with the mode of ignorance, then all this material, parthiva, the matters come to existence. So that is their concepts. But our Vaishnava Acharyas, they don't agree with this. Their point is, God is not getting created from Nirakar to Sakar, He is eternal existing. But Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samabhritam. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samabhritam means He is Samabhritam. Means I am covered. So what is covered? If you are not existing or form is not there, how will you cover it? So Yogamaya is covering my form. So then what happens? Then that form is unveiled. When Yogamaya unveils, Aja apisan abhayatma bhutanam ishwar apisan prakriting swang adhishtaya sambhavami atmamaya. It's Aja. Aja means no birth. Parambrahma never takes birth. That's why they say, you see, the Krishna speaking Bhagavad-gita is not Krishna speaking Bhagavad-gita. The Paramatma within Krishna, he is speaking Bhagavad-gita, not Krishna. Is there Paramatma within Krishna? Is there Paramatma within Krishna? Yes or no? Is there Paramatma within Krishna? No. Within Krishna there is no Paramatma. There is no Atma, no Paramatma. The whole body is Paramatma there. Whole body is Bhagavan. There is no, we have a body and within body there is a Atma and a Paramatma. But Krishna's case it is not like that. But these people they think within Krishna there is Paramatma. When Gita is spoken, it's not spoken by Krishna. It's spoken by Paramatma. Though so clearly, Krishna has he has clarified this point. When in 12th chapter, Arjuna asking that what we should do, I should meditate, in Nirakara form or Sakar form. And Krishna immediately saying, Maya Visita, Maya Visita. Maya means unto me the form I am standing in front of you. Not, he is not saying you meditate on the Paramatma within my body. He is saying you meditate upon me. But this Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadhi, the Mayavadi people, they are offender of Krishna, they don't understand this point. So they say that from Nirakar the Sakar form is coming. But here it has been explained, here the same personality of Godhead. The same personality means that personality is existing. And what is Krishna's appearance? What is Krishna's birth? Krishna's birth does not mean he was not existing, he came to existence now. Eternally existing means eternally existing in his transcendental form. Ajab is his unborn. Oh, that point I was trying to make you. That these Mayavadis, they say, you see, Krishna saying Gita, the Parambrahma is Aja. Aja means he never takes birth. So Rama took birth, Krishna took birth, Vamana took birth. So how they can become Parambrahma? The definition of Parambrahma is Aja. He never takes birth. But they don't understand it has been described with Aja Apisan Abhayatma. Even if he is Aja, Prakriting Swang Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atmaya. How he is revealing Sambhavami Atmamaya by his internal potency. So that is revealing. So Prabhupada is saying, then why this word Aja has been mentioned here? So Prabhupada is saying this Aja word has been mentioned here, which refers to spiritual world. In Golok Vrindavan, Krishna never took birth there. Only Bhoma Vrindavan he takes birth. In Golok Vrindavan he never takes birth there. That's why in Golok Vrindavan, we are more fortunate the people of Golok Vrindavan. You know why? Because in Golok Vrindavan, Raslila, Jhulan Jatra, everything there, but there is no Janmashtami festival. We have Janmashtami festival here. So, no Janmashtami Golok Vrindavan. So, in this way, Krishna's appearance, as Krishna saying, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, is transcendental. Transcendental to what? Transcendental to three modes of material nature. So that form, Sei Rupa Ratana Bhaktaganer Gudhadhana. That Rupa Ratana, that jewel, that most precious, the form of the spiritual, transcendental form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhaktaganer Gudhadhana. That is hidden treasure of the devotees. That cannot be revealed to karmis. So karmis, they will understand about Bhagavan in their way. That cannot be revealed to jnanis. By jnana you cannot understand. By dhyana you cannot understand. Only bhakti you can understand. That's why in Purport Prabhupada is saying, Bhaktyamang abhijanati. He has quoted this verse from Bhagavad-gita. Bhaktyamang ananyasakka. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena. Provided that transcendental form is experienced by the great devotees. It's experienced by the devotees. So for devotees, it is not like that form was not there manifested, then it become unmanifested. If that will happen, then how can we develop a loving relationship with that entity which sometimes form is there, sometimes form is not there? Our philosophy is prema, love. So love is eternal. If love is eternal, you can't love to something impersonal. You can love something is personal. So that personality of Supreme Personality of Godhead or Absolute Truth has to be eternal also. That cannot be temporary. To temporary things, you can't put your love to temporary personality. So for devotees, he appears in his eternal form. That's why that he has two kinds of pastimes. One is aprakat pastimes, aprakat lila, another is prakat lila. In the spiritual world, the aprakat lila is going on, eternally going on in spiritual world. And when that pastimes manifests to people in general here in this material world, that is called prakat lila. So aprakat lila is eternal, prakat lila also eternal. Prakat lila, manifested pastimes. Adhyapya sei lila kare gaur rai, kono kono bhagyavan dekhibare paye. Now in Navadip Dham, Mahaprabhu is having his pastimes. Krishna is having his pastimes in Vrindavan. Only most fortunate people can see it. Then Srila Jiva Goswami explaining, then how in the material world, the manifested pastimes is eternally continuing. So he's saying the manifested pastimes is also eternal in this material world. Just like the unmanifested pastimes of Prakat Lila is eternally going on. Manifested Prakat Lila also eternally going on. So one pastimes finish here, there's unlimited Brahmandas are there. One pastime, see, Putana Baddha pastimes finish here, then starts another place. Finish there, start another place. Finish there, start another place. Eternal, these things are going on. So, his transcendental form is not temporary. His pastimes not temporary. But only it can be experienced by the great devotees. Who are the great devotees? And who are completely cleansed up from material consciousness by dint of rigid devotional service. because of devotional service, they are completely cleansed within their heart. What it is cleansed? Their heart is not cleansed of the material desires. Their heart also cleansed from the spiritual desires. Devotee's heart is not only cleansed from sinful activities. Devotee's heart is cleansed from sinful activities, from pious activities, from spiritual also. So there is a personal, there is a family, there is social, there is religious, there is spiritual, and there is devotional. The different levels are there. So devotee's heart is clean from spiritual how? See, material is so sukha vasana, desire for my satisfaction of my senses. And spiritual is moksha, get liberation free from material sense gratification. That is spiritual. Liberation is spiritual. Nirakar Brahma is spiritual. Paramatma is spiritual. But devotees, they are free from this kind of spiritual things also. Material and spiritual. So sukha vasana sunna. Mukti vasana gandha sunna. Krishna sukhaika tatparjamai seva. Devotees, they come to a level where they have no desire for their own sense gratification. So sukha vasana sunna. Sunna means zero. And mukti vasana gandha sunna. Even the smell of mukti, liberation, they don't like. They don't like. The only goal is Krishna sukha eka tatparjamaya. Only how to please Krishna. So that kind of cleanse, when devotees' hearts who are completely cleansed of these kinds of concepts of material and spiritual achievements, how? Now by dint of rigid devotional service, very rigidly, very strongly, they engage in devotional service. And Prabhupada, he has touched a few different points in his purport, where he has mentioned that how to control our mind. And Prabhupada's mentioning here the yogis, they fail to control their mind. And he has given example of Visvamitra. And also we give always example of Visvamitra Muni. For 60,000 years he was doing yoga, sadhana, under the water. And all he saw, two fishes are uniting together, that's it. That is yogic process. But Prabhupada is saying, that process you cannot control your mind. If there is a bottle full with water, and if you pour all the waters out, what happens to the bottle? What happens to the bottle? Goes out. The full water bottle, full with water, you pour out, what happens to the bottle? Empty. Empty. That is what everybody thinks. But Prabhupada saying it does not get empty. You get filled with air. Never you can have an empty bottle. The same way mind you can never keep empty. It will get filled somewhere. That's why our process is we fill mind with something good. Param dushta nivardante. Rasavarjang rasapyasya parang dushta nivartante. Rasavarjang rasapyasya parang dushta nivartante. We give higher taste to our senses. There is no sense restrictions. We engage in our senses getting better taste. So parang dushta nivartante. That is the difference. The yogis, they try to refrain their senses from sense objects. But devotees, we don't restrain our sense of sense objects. Rather, we indulge in sense gratifications. Do you indulge in sense gratification? We are restricted. Don't indulge in sense gratifications. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki. But actually, the real sense gratification starts when you become devotee. Sometimes devotee, they say, oh, these materialistic peoples, they are sense gratifier. They enjoy their life. They are just after enjoying their life. Then I say, why you have become devotee? To suffer in your life. You have become devotee to suffer. Is that the purpose of becoming the devotional life? You are always challenging, criticizing the materialistic people, a sense gratifier, it's after enjoyment. We are after sufferings. Are you after sufferings? No. Actually, real sense gratification starts when you become devotee. There is no more greater sense gratifier than a devotee. I give example. Just see who is really enjoying their life. When you go to, especially when I go, I don't see in the city, but when I go to village or Namahata Grihasthas, so, especially in Bengal and Orissa and Bangladesh especially, they are so stubborn in practicing devotional services. In their house, they follow everything we do in temple. 4:30 means 4:30. They start Mangalarti. We will be doing late program, all sannyasi brahmachari sleeping. But that Mataji get up and start Mangalarti. Even everybody is sleeping. Mangalarti, Tulsi Puja, as it is. The whole family, husband, wife, children, they get up very early morning, 4:30, with nice cloth, peace of mind, clean, peace of mind. Then they open the curtain. Beautiful, Gaurnitai, Jagannath, sense gratification of eyes. Only nice things, right? What did they look? When they get up, beautiful form of Radha Krishna. Sense gratification of eyes. Then beautiful kirtan, Sansara Davana Lalidha Loka with Mridanga and Kartal. Sense gratification of ears. So sweet, so enjoyable. Then they start offering incenses, flowers, tulasi. So nice smell. Beautiful smell. All sense gratification starts. The day starts with sense gratification. Then after Mangalarti, they have Balya Bhog. They call it Balya Bhog. Balya Bhog, that they offer. Then they take prasad little bit. Sense gratification of the tongue. Outside people, they say, oh, ISKCON devotee, very difficult. And they have so much rules and regulations. We can't enjoy our life. Oh, get up early morning. No, it's so difficult because they sleep 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. No? But Brahma Muhurta is the best time of the day. That is the time, 4 o'clock, we are supposed to practice devotional things. What to speak of devotional things? Even if material things you do, whatever you do Brahma Muhurta, you will get good perfection. Whatever you do Brahma, that's why in India you get up early morning and study books when you are students. Brahma Muhurta is very good. Whatever you do Brahma Muhurta is very nice. That's why Brahma Muhurta early morning sleeping also very nice. Right? We feel to sleep very, Brahma Muhurta now is very enjoyable. 4 o'clock, let me sleep a little more. The point is, whatever you do Brahma Muhurta, and that time they sleep. They think we are enjoying, sleeping, enjoying. But what devotees are doing, they enjoy real things. And how the Grihasthas, the karmic Grihasthas, they enjoy? They sleep with their wife, children. And they get up 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock morning. And first what they see, the husband looks on wife, wife looks on husband's face. How they looks like? All swollen face, bad smell coming from mouth, hairs all scattered, right? How they look like? The early morning they look each other. That is the form you see first. What smell you get? All bad smell. The body smell, the mouth smell, everything. It's not innocent smell is there. You don't see the beautiful form of your wife or husband. Then sometimes wife, husband, early morning they start fighting, shouting each other also.
Or the bacha, the child will start, yeah. So their Mangal Arati starts from Sardhavana. That is their Mangal Arati. If you just compare it, who's enjoying the life? Who's more sense gratifier? You want to start gratify senses? The process is given here. Parang dusta nivartante, rasavarjang rasapesya parang dusta nivartante. So this is process in devotional service. This person devotional service, so very pleasant, very tasty. Of course, this is not the real taste, ruchi. Adho shraddha, tata sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartham vritti, nishtha ruchi. But this is the beginning, we have a ruchi like this. Beginning, we have a ruchi like this. We like prasad. We like prasad. Who likes prasad? Raise your hands. Everybody likes prasad. But only prasad when it's cooked very nicely. Otherwise you will not like it. Simple things, cooked nicely. Oh, very nice prasad, very nice prasad. We are attracted to prasad. But as long as very tasty, that is, prasad is very good. Devotees, thereafter Gurudev's prasad, or Gurudev Mahaprasad. If Gurudev was diabetic, he's not, or some problem, high blood pressure, not eating salt, then not so big line after Gurudev Mahaprasad. Because no salt is there. How can I eat no salt? A little bit. If a nice prasad, then wow. We like to hear class. We like Krishna Katha. But we like Krishna Katha. When we like Krishna Katha? When some speaker is very eloquently speaking, nice verses, nice jokes. Very nice. But only reading Krishna Katha, we fall sleepy. We have not taste for Krishna Katha. We have taste how nicely. Just like Kirtan Mela. Who is singing? Who has come to sing? Then more crowd is there. Some normal, he's singing Harinam. And some special person, he's singing Harinam. Big crowds. And sometimes no crowds. Because he's very melodiously. Nice music, flutes. So what is our taste? For melody, flute, or for Harinam? Actually our taste is for melody and melodious. Not for Harinam so much. So this is called this ruchi, vastu apakshini ruchi. That we wait for something added to holy name, to Bhagavad Katha. We are very fond of, so beautiful deities. But only deities dressed nicely beautiful. Deity is beautiful or when it's dressed nicely beautiful. So our beauty, our taste is with the dress, not with the Bhagavan. But beginning stage this happens. We develop taste like this. Vastu apekshini. Then vastu anapekshini. Then by chanting holy name, chanting, time will come. Then we develop taste. The deity is dressed nicely or nicely. We feel devotion. When somebody is singing very melodiously with a lot of music, or somebody is singing like this, we like hearing. Bhagavatam, some very big person has come, then let us go. Whatever he speaks, that is great. Some normal devotee, if he speaks very good things, we don't develop taste. We run away to other work. There's one Maharaj in Orissa, Bhakti Puri Maharaj. He left body something beyond 95 years. And he is such eloquent in speaking. He'll start his speech, no full stop, no comma, no full stop. For 1 hour, 2 hours. When he starts, he'll end after 2 hours. Such an eloquent speaker. But what he does, you will be surprised to listen. But every day he'll call his disciple, tell him, please read Bhagavatam to me. Every day. Not reading Bhagavatam. His disciple will read and explain to him what is this verse. And he'll listen that. Every day. So this is the taste, ruchi. Not who is speaking, how much jokes he puts, how much nice verses he puts, not like that. So that love comes. That stage has come. Vastu anapekshani taste, ruchi. So that kind of things comes. Then devotee is completely fixed, cleansed of material consciousness. And that is the only way to purify our existence. In that way, we come to the platform of Vasudeva. What is Vasudeva means? You have heard Vasudeva. Who is Vasudeva? Super soul of all. Vasudeva is super soul of all. Is Vasudeva. Who is Vasudeva? Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudullava. But who is Vasudeva? Krishna's father. Where Krishna comes from? Krishna is Vasudeva. Where he comes from is Vasudeva. Right? Sattang Visuddhang Vasudeva Sabditam. Sattam, the Vasudeva word means Shuddha Sattva. The another meaning of Shuddha Sattva, beyond Tama, Raja, Sattva, that is Vasudeva. The word is Vasudeva. And whenever your heart comes to that level, that Vasudeva stage, Prabhupada explaining here, but the process ends in the knowledge of accepting Vasudeva is all. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudullava. So Vasudeva is a stage, Puman Apabrita, that always covered Bhagavan becomes uncovered. When our heart also comes to that level of Vasudeva, Vasudeva means we are promoted to the level beyond mode of ignorance, passion and goodness. Then Krishna will manifest here. Krishna will manifest. Vasudeva Krishna's father's name. But Vasudeva means Shuddha Sattva. Sattvang Visuddhang Vasudeva Sabditang. Sindhusid is explaining through this Visuddha Sattva, Yogamaya, he arranges Bhaktaganer Gudhadana. Bhaktaganer Gudhadana. Gudha means is the very hidden treasure of Bhakta, devotees. His hidden treasure of devotees. Puman Apabrita. By Vasudeva stage, he is uncovered. Bhaktaganer Gudhadana, I forgot the other line. So in this way, this verse is explaining about the eternal existence of Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he maintains by the help of his Sandhini Shakti, ever existential potency. He is there and he will be only visible to the eyes of the devotees. Bhakti enam dasayati. Shruti does not speak much about bhakti. In Veda, 96% karma kanda, 4% jnana kanda. Hardly anything about bhakti. But one place it says, bhakti enam darsayati. You want to see that Param Brahma, bhakti means only bhakti. Bhaktya aham ekaya grajya. Bhaktya aham ekaya grajya, only by bhakti. Krishna saying to Uddhava, na sadhayati mang yoga, na sankhya dharma uddhava, na swadhaya tapastyaga, jatha bhaktir mamarjita, jatha bhakti. As much bhakti, by bhakti you can get me. Na sadhayati mang yoga, not by yoga. Na sankhya, na dharma uddhava, na swadhaya, reading, na tapasya, na tyaga, jatha bhaktir mamarjita. So Hastinapur Vasis, and they are glorifying this quality of Supreme Personality of Godhead, that how pasyanti bhaktya utkalita amalatmanaha. Utkalita, they have developed by dint of devotional service. Pasyanti bhakti. Pasyanti means they see. Darsayanti bhakti enam darsayati. Simply by bhakti. Bhaktya tu ananya sakya. Bhaktyamang abhijanati. Bhaktyahang ekayagrajya. Others one cannot see. Only when our eyes will be anointed with the bhakti kajal. What do you say? Ointment.
Premanjana churita bhakti bilochanena santa sadaiva hridayesu bilokayanti jang syama sundaram achintam guna swarupam govindam adipurusam tamaham bhajame. So in this verse, this Hastinapur Vasis, they are glorifying that you are Bhagavan, you are the same Bhagavan, your form is eternal but not revealed to everybody. Only those engaged in intense devotional service, those they have full control of life and senses, because they are engaging your senses in your service. They are getting higher taste out of it. Thus, they are cleansed of material consciousness. And you are revealed to them. They can only see you. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki